All right, welcome in. It's a GodfatherLocks.com audio report for January 30th, headed into the weekend as we look back and look forward at what's going on at GodfatherLocks.com. And quickly, to start off, we're going to look back at what was of the last 7 days. And last week when we spoke on Friday, that was towards the end of the bad run. Last Friday and Saturday was the ending of a streak of in the month of January where it was a little up and down. And we ended and got it out just in time, starting Sunday into last night, where we bounced back pretty strong Sunday with a 10-star pick on Ohio State, and then Illinois State pushed with a 1-point loss, and then we came back again the other night with Arkansas losing to Tennessee, but the Milwaukee Bucks going into Miami on Tuesday and winning outright against the Heat in that 10-star game where we came out with a winner. And overall this week, it's been a good bounce back since Monday, gaining 20 units and righting the ship in the last 3 days. A $100 bettor has netted $2,400. Now, this is what I mean about when we got low and get high. We can't get too high right now. It's a huge weekend, a big weekend in college basketball, in the NBA, and of course, without being said, the Super Bowl on Sunday. So we are righting the ship. We are back and better right now, and we're swinging each day. Again, on Monday, came out, told you guys that I was going to concentrate on 6 to 8 plays, 4 to 6 plays on some nights, and really just kind of hammer them. Tomorrow is a huge day in college basketball, and there's nothing better than college basketball right now. If you're a member of GodfatherLocks.com, currently on an 11-3 run, 11 wins and 3 losses in the last 14 college basketball plays, 7-2 in the last 9, and 4-1 in the last 5 in college basketball. Gaining a $100 bettor, $1,900 in just the last 2 days. It includes yesterday where we came right back and took Ohio State against Maryland. And I'll tell you what, Ohio State is getting hot, and they're really good at home. They're a really good ATS team at home. So we took them 2 times this week. They came through. We had UMass as a home dog. They went outright. And then the game that I was ready to put a 10-star out on UCLA last night, plus 5.5 to 6 points against Utah. I'll tell you what, man, I was bouncing back and forth. I said I might have to put this a 10-star, but we took a 5-star on it, and UCLA as a 6-point dog wins outright against an 11th ranked Utah team. We were all over that one. And in the NBA last night, we got back on track, winning 2 games, a 5-star Lakers play that took double overtime, which most of you guys were in bed by then, beating the Bulls outright, who were in a letdown spot. They just beat the Warriors the other night. We jumped on the Lakers. We cashed in. And then the Indiana Pacers remembered how to blow out a team, beating the Knicks, who were also in a letdown spot after beating OKC on Wednesday. So we're locked in again now. If you could tell by my voice, if you could tell by the research that I've been doing, if you're a member the last couple of days, I ran out a special on Tuesday saying if you buy a 3-day plan and we don't win, you get a free week. Had a bunch of people buy that. You made money. $2,400 if you bet $100 per unit at a request. Now, if you bought a weekly the other day, and also yesterday I ran a special. If you buy a weekly plan, I ran that out, that if we don't win, you get 2 weeks free. Just to show you guys that confidence is back. We're rolling on GodfatherLocks.com through the bumps, the roadblocks and the bumps, and taking the high road here. We're back on track with gaining units and refocused on the hardwood. That being said, we're going to get it rolling this week, and I'm going to roll out a special like I do every Friday for Super Bowl weekend. If you're listening today, which is a Friday, or tomorrow, or Sunday even, you can get this deal. A $75 3-day plan will get you every day starting today, and then or if you buy tomorrow, obviously Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. $75, okay? Discounted price, you get 3 days. We are absolutely confident that this weekend will be another winning weekend. Confident that the momentum I've built this week since Monday, since rather Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we've been swinging in home runs, especially yesterday going 6-1 overall with wins all over the place. We're confident that we're going to hit it big on the hardwood tonight in the NBA, tomorrow in college basketball in the NBA, and Sunday as we get ready for the Super Bowl. There are a few day games in basketball. So we coined the term "build the bankroll week" at GodfatherLocks.com. I've also, in people that I talk to, and my customers and stuff, that to remain patient, and we are chopping and chipping our way. Well, chopping the deficit and chipping away back into the positive the last couple of days. It's going to continue because now what I do as a researcher and what I do at GodfatherLocks.com each day is I monitor the lines and understand what Vegas is doing. If the Vegas odds makers are screwing up, I'm screwing up. And I cannot use it as an excuse that I've been losing in the month of January because some of these basketball lines are off. Well, typically in every sport, and I've been doing this for a long time, typically in every sport, the odds makers are a little weak in the beginning. They don't know what teams are doing. And some of these lines, they're underpricing good teams. They're overvaluing bad teams. And it's kind of trapped me a little bit in college basketball. But now I've righted the ship. They're becoming sharper, which means my games are becoming sharper, which means we're winning more. So this is the time to jump on. The NBA is still in that zone, with usually around the All-Star break is where it kicks up and kicks in. And that's where most of you guys are going to be looking to buy plays and buy packages because we need the action, and the Super Bowl will wind down the football run coming Sunday. So let's get it going here. If I'm looking at the board tonight in the NBA, the one game that stands out to me as far as a matchup is Atlanta and Portland, with Portland looking for revenge in Atlanta, who have won 17 games in a row. And now they've covered 15 of the last 17, but 0-2 in the last 2 tries. So tonight, I'm looking at a 6.5 point favorite as we sit here about noon, 12:30 Eastern here on the East Coast. 6.5 point line. Looks like an Atlanta line on the surface, but Portland's coming off that tough loss against a LeBron-less Cavaliers team the other night. Another good game in the NBA tonight. The Clippers and the Pelicans are tipping off in New Orleans, 8 o'clock. The Clippers opened up as a 6-point choice in New Orleans. Now, New Orleans just got upset against Denver, I believe, Wednesday night at home. So they're looking to bounce back as well. And then, speaking of a bounce back, the Bulls last night laying the egg. It wasn't really an egg, but they came out flat for the first 2-3 quarters, tried to make it a game late in the third into the fourth, and then fell short in the second overtime, failing to close out the Lakers in the first overtime as we hit on the Lakers. So, Bulls, Suns, Clippers, Pelicans, Blazers, Hawks, and some other good games mixed in there for tonight. Some light college games tonight. Arizona State is a 6.5 point favorite against Oregon. We took Arizona State as a 7-point favorite against Oregon State Wednesday. Interesting to see Arizona State favored again by pretty much the same amount tonight against an Oregon team that's been falling apart lately, getting blasted by Arizona. Now, enough of that. Tomorrow in college basketball, I'll tell you what, for many years now, I think college basketball, the schedule makers understand that people are betting on the Super Bowl, that Super Bowl is the headliner, that they try to steal it the week before the Super Bowl and the Saturday before the Super Bowl with some big games of their own. And I know they scheduled Virginia, Duke, and Louisville, North Carolina, and Texas, Baylor, and so many games tomorrow for that reason. We're going to get some good games tomorrow with those ones I just mentioned. I'll tell you what, it's hard. If you're a basketball fan out there, which I am pretty strong, and you don't want to watch Duke, Virginia, you got a problem. Because I tell you what, that game is going to be an awesome game. Duke coming off of a heartbreaker against Notre Dame, and Virginia off of a squeaker against Virginia Tech. Should be interesting tomorrow. We'll be all over the board Saturday. I'll put out a daily plan special. You want to get on board. You want to build the Super Bowl bankroll. This is the weekend to do it. And like I told you on last week's report, I would have rather been cold last week and the week before than I am this week and leading into March Madness. This is where we're getting hot. You buy a daily plan. You buy a 3-day plan. You check out the weekly plan. This is the time you want to buy. We're rolling right now. College basketball, 11-3 run speaks for itself. The NBA with a 2-0 night last night. A big card tonight. The confidence, you know when you handicap games and you do this for a living, and ultimately to give back to my followers and customers like I did yesterday with Providence. I put that out on Twitter. So just to show you guys, follow me on Twitter at Godfather Locks. But when you do this for a living and you start to feel confident like I am right now, you know a run is coming. Okay, but when I was down a couple weeks ago and things aren't connecting, it's easy to put yourself down and say, it's going to be tough to get myself out of it. But that's not what we do here. We ride the ups. We ride the downs. Don't get too high. Don't get too low. And right now we're not too high. We're just confident. Now we're going to play the way we've been playing it. The system does not change. Okay. A couple of you guys lost patience. I understand that. I understand losing money isn't good news at all. But to sell myself and to sell what I do, you know what I'm capable of. You've seen the track record. For all you haters out there on Twitter or by email, you guys bet on your own, do your thing. I'm not saying I'm the greatest of all time, but I'm pretty darn good at what I do, and I will continue to do it, continue to break down these games. I know basketball with the best of them, and will continue to monitor every single game. If there's a ball being bounced, I'm tracking it, tracking the lines, looking at the movements, and I'll be damn ready for Sunday with a big Super Bowl play. And we are due for a big win on a big stage. So expect to have a big play come Sunday. So a lot of college basketball tomorrow, NBA college basketball light card during the day on Sunday, and then the Super Bowl game, Patriots Seahawks. A lot of people have an opinion on this game. I'm looking at a lot of sources, a lot of handicappers. You can go and choose anywhere, but I'll tell you what, I got the side nailed already. All right. So I'll tell you what, I would go with us. I would go with us this weekend. I would check out GodfatherLocks.com. I would follow me on Twitter at GodfatherLocks, because if you did last night or yesterday, actually with 2 o'clock start, we gave you Providence -10, winning by 11 to start the 6-1 day with Ohio State, UMass, Lakers, UCLA. The list goes on and on. Could have been more because we tracked a couple other games, but like I said, new formula means less plays, less confident plays. And we'll be back tomorrow with all of these college basketball games. Get in right now, GodfatherLocks.com. $75 3-day plan gets you today, Saturday, Sunday. If we don't win, I'll give you a free week. You buy the weekly plan today, $125. We don't win units in the next 7 days by next Thursday. If you're not counting your cash, like we're pretty certain you are going to be, we'll give you 2 weeks. Check us out, GodfatherLocks.com.